A flaw in funding to help fight the opioid crisis in our community. Only on News 5 tonight, new findings reveal the push by the federal government to get a hold of the problem is being hindered in a handful of ways.
The Bipartisan Policy Center uncovering some of the issues that could stall the progress we're starting to see right here in Northeast Ohio. News 5's Mike Brookbank tracking these new developments from the Tech Center. Mike.
Yeah, addiction and recovery centers, they are now calling for change. The bottom line, it all boils down to the dollars and cents of treating opioid addiction. These agencies always playing a stressful game of shuffle the money. Right now, the Adams Board of Cuyahoga County is relying on a $3.5 million federal grant to try and tackle the opioid epidemic.
But the problem with that is that on April 30th, that money will all be gone.
Losing that cash flow, now creating uncertainty for the programs that help addicts.
Through medication-assisted treatment, through recovery housing.
It's the same reality facing Anita Bradley and her staff over at the Northern Ohio Recovery Association.
If you've got $500,000 to pay a staff in 2019, but you don't have it in 2020, that's a problem.
Much needed dollars from D.C. have a short shelf life, a year or two at most.
We're reacting to a crisis and we need to be proactive.
Bradley believes the timeline of these grants is unrealistic.
Because it takes time to get started, so by the time you get started, if you got a short-term grant, then the funding ends.
The Bipartisan Policy Center agrees.
It's a chronic problem and not something that's just acute that's going to go away.
Saying federal support must be provided over the long term instead of annual budget cycles.
When you get going and then making headway in helping people get the treatment that they need and getting into recovery, then the funding gets pulled back again.
Another issue is that there are usually limitations on the programs that these one-time grants can fund.
It kind of hinders us in the treatment field.
Especially now, with an increase in the number of addicts in Northeast Ohio turning to meth and cocaine.
And we can't always go with strict rules and policies around how things should be, what they should look like.
Bradley tells me she is more concerned with who is eligible for the dollars and how quickly the state or county disperses them.
It takes time for that. When if you just go directly to community-based organizations or just open up the eligibility pool, more individuals out in the community will have a chance to access those dollars, meaning we can get the services to who needs it quicker.
Now the competition to secure these federal dollars is also increasing. Just a few years ago, the Northern Ohio Recovery Association received 80% of its funding through 6 grants. This year, they are down to just 2.
Well, Mike, we're now getting a better idea as to how much taxpayer money is going into supporting these agencies.
Yeah, Danita, last year a staggering $7.4 billion was spent. That is up from $3.3 billion just the year before. In the Tech Center tonight, Mike Brookbank, News 5.